Today, I'm going to be ranking every weapon in Chapter 5, Season 3. These are my opinions which not everyone is going to agree on. Hope you enjoy. Starting off, we have the Tri-Laser Beam Rifle. I have bad opinions on this. Every time I've used it, I have not hit a shot, and there's much better weapons out there. The good thing about it is it doesn't have bullet drop. I would say this weapon's pretty bad. So next up, we got the Nitro Fists. The fists are so overpowered for getting into people's boxes and just spamming people. What the? There's nothing much you can do when someone just rams into your box with that. I would say the fists are good because people can pump you while you're just spamming. That's happened to me plenty of times. But it's not perfection because there's many ways it can go wrong. The Harbinger SMG. I don't like this gun because it has such a high recoil. Whenever I shoot with it, I can't aim because my scope is just flying around. This thing shoots very fast but does minimal damage. I would say this is mid because it's not worse than the Tri-Beam Rifle and it's better by a little bit. Warforged Assault Rifle. With specific attachments, this can be a really good gun. Like if you have a legendary Warforged with like suppressor, a red dot scope, this can be a really good gun. So I would say this gun is good, not better than the Nitro Fist. Now we have the Combat Shotgun. For this, it's basically overall of like the Megalodon and the normal combat. The Combat Shotgun is good, but it doesn't do much damage whenever I use it. I always hit people for 30 or less. I'd have to put this in the mid section, but it's better than the Harbinger. Now we have the Hammer Pump.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
This is a classic. Sometimes when you use it, you do like 30 damage, but sometimes when you do it, you unexpectedly just max somebody out.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I wouldn't say this gun is perfection because it's very hard to aim with it, but otherwise it will be the best and good. Now we got the Huntress DMR.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
I am terrible at using it, and I also hate it. If I found my first gun on the ground and it was a Huntress DMR, I'm not picking it up. I would say this gun is really bad, so I'm gonna put it worse than the Tri-Beam. Now we have the Gatekeeper shotgun. Gatekeeper is really good in my opinion. I don't find anything wrong with it. It's just the amount of bullets you get. If you have like a legendary Gatekeeper with like a drum mag, that's way better than the Mythic. I would say this gun is perfection. Say if you're in a box and the other person misses their pump, you can just have this and have multiple shots. Once the wall is edited, you can shoot with it and instantly break it and take it. I'm gonna say this one is perfection. Now we got the hand cannon. When you shoot with it, it kind of like delays itself and it messes you up a lot. It's decent because if you hit somebody in the head, you hit them for 154, which is huge. It can also be used as like a double pump, which is pretty cool too, but I would say this is in the mid section, not better than the Combat Shotgun. Now we have the Machinist AR. I really love the suppressor on it, and it has really good aim, just a little bit of recoil, which isn't too bad, and it can shoot from long distances. I would say this gun is in perfection. Now we have the Tactical AR.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Tactical AR is alright, but personally, I don't like it. If I get a legendary one, I'm probably not to pick it up over a blue Thunderburst. I mean, it has a pretty big recoil, and it does not do that much damage, so I'm gonna have to say this gun is pretty bad. Now we have the Thunderburst. I would say this is the second best gun in Chapter 5. My personal favorite, not surprisingly, was the Reaper Sniper Rifle. This Thunderburst is perfect. Shoots like 3 bullets in a second. It does 25 damage. You can add a suppressor, a laser, so you have a smaller crosshair, and you can just shred people with this. I'm gonna have to say this might be my favorite gun this season. I know this looks like a sniper, but it's actually the Enforcer AR. It has a decent firing rate, decent reloading time, does good damage, but realistically, I wouldn't pick it up over the Warforged AR. So I'm gonna put this in mid in front of the hand cannon. The Mythic Auto Shotgun. In Chapter 5, Season 1, I absolutely hated this weapon. I wish they removed it and all that. Chapter 5, Season 2, they did remove it, but now now they brought it back. Since you're the only one person that can carry this auto in a match, I think it's actually pretty good. It does really good damage, has a really good firing rate, and you can do multiple things to it.
Whoa, 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 hey.
I wouldn't say this is better than the hammer pump, but it is pretty good for spamming in boxes. In Chapter 5 Season 1, everybody had autos, which made it really annoying, but now it's actually not so bad. I would put this gun below the fist, right about there. Now we have the boom bolt. This thing is insane. I always die to this thing because everyone just spams it, especially with the medallion. This does like 120 body shot. You can do 4 damage to people while they're in their boxes sometimes. The only problem with this is you can only carry 16 of those rocket ammo, and you can only shoot it a few times. If you have the medallion though, then you can shoot it infinitely. I would say this gun is good. Now we have the pistol. The pistol is very underrated. It's not that good if it is in scope, but if you have the red dot or the circle scope, then this is insane. It does like 26 damage and shreds. You can do like also like 3 bullets per second, so it's very similar to the Thunderburst. It would be better if they were all scoped and you could actually shoot better without the scope. Otherwise, I am going to put this right here. This is my final tier list. I didn't put anything in terrible because none of the new guns this season are actually really, really bad. But you have some pretty bad ones like the Tri-Missile Rifle, the Enforcer AR. Those are pretty bad, but those are my least favorite.